Rightio, so we're going to look at question 3a from inverse functions. So we've got our f such that, and we're only looking between 0 and infinity, mapping onto the real number plane of f of x equals x squared. So if you think about that, that is simply a parabola, right? But it's only half a parabola because of this domain here. And why we only want it to be half a parabola is because, remember, we want it to be a one-to-one function. So if I do a horizontal and a vertical line test, it only crosses at once. So let's have a look. We've got that. What's our domain and range? So let's have a look. Domain. So our domain's going to be between, 0 and infinity, because this is our domain here. So now our range, if we look at our graph over here, it's going to be 0, the y value, so 0 to infinity as well. Okay, so now I've got that. That little spot there is, but that's all right. So now what's our next thing? Let y equal f of x, so then we get y equals to x squared. So now we get our inverse, and we swap them over, so we get a x equal to y squared. So now we've got to rearrange that. And because this is, I want to get the y by itself, the opposite to a squared is a square root. Square root of x equals y. Now normally I would have a plus and minus there, because a negative square root squared would still give me that in a positive. However, because I've got this and my domain was only from 0 to there, I'm only interested in the, where's my rubber? There it is. I'm only interested into the positive part. Don't know why it's not going to rub that off. So we don't want that part. So really, we only want y equal to square root of x, okay? So now, if I go back up here, let's write in function form. So that's going to be the square root of x, and so our domain and our range, we're lucky because they're basically the same as each other, so even if I've swapped them, it's going to be the same. So from 0 to infinity and from 0 to infinity. So there we go. We've now got our inverse function and our inverse domain and ranges.